Oh, and we are alive. We are alive. We are alive. And if we're alive, then it's good. Good evening. Good evening. Acha, Nisha madam is here. Good. Okay, good evening everyone. We are back on our episode of Ascent every Thursday evening, 9 p.m. And today it's so warm in Delhi, I can't tell you. So we are here and we're going to speak about Mt.Kun. So people who are addicted to Netflix, as I shared in my message, this is not for you. This is not for Netflix kind of people. Nothing against Netflix, but then this is about serious mountaineering. So all those people who want to get into serious stuff, this is your thing. You speaking, I just love this mountain. First time and the only time I did was in 2018 August. So it was, this is so this was the time, when we started our expedition, and we had a great time. Today we are going to discuss about it. 2018 Everest, it's Mt.Kun, and we are going to speak to Bharath. Bharath is going to lead our expedition. Hi Bharath.
Hi sir.
Good to see you. You look different. Some shave.
Change.
Great. That's why, I'm bad in this thing, but then I could see. So Bharath, so today we welcome everyone. We have Bharath with us, who is going to lead our next expedition to Mt.Kun, which is a 7,000 meter mountain. And we have a lot of serious mountaineers here. Just now saw Vipin and a lot of other friends, who have been climbing with us. Vipin, incidentally, has done Everest in 2019, and me, Vipin, Bharath had a good time at the base camp.
Yeah.
Right, so today we are going to speak about this, but then Bharath, for those people who've joined us recently who don't know about BNC, tell us about our company in a short, and then what are the dates for upcoming expedition to Mt.Kun?
Yeah. Hello everyone, Bharath here. So like you know about Boots and Crampons, we started this company in 2017, and after that, like, we have been doing expeditions completely out of India. We are right now running expeditions in 5 continents. So we focus mainly on 7 summit series. That's what happening all these days. When Romil sir came into the company in 2019, so we again expanding the company. We started most of the treks in India. Before we used to do only expeditions. Right now, like, we came to treks, and we are exploring many other mountains. Like we are in the month of August we are doing this Gurez trek, which is like unexplored. Till now no one did any treks there. We are just exploring that place with Indian Army through Romil sir. So this is what happening till now. Like our upcoming expeditions. Next month we are doing this. After this Kun, we are doing Mount Elbrus. After that, we are going for Kilimanjaro. So even after that, we are doing Kangri, which is again in Ladakh. So even with that, like, there is a Gurez festival, Gurez trek we are doing. Patal Soul, I think, like, Romil are leading a team, a 20-member team. I think like tomorrow they are leaving for Himachal. So we are doing a lot of other treks and expeditions. So yeah, that is what till now. So today we are discussing about this Kun expedition, which I'm leading.
Great.
Yeah, Romil sir.
So as I said, Bharath is going to lead the expedition, which is going to start from 30th of July from Leh, and that's the plan. But then before I come to our expedition to Kun, Bharath had just touched about our expedition, our trek, which we are planning to do in Gurez Valley. That's a great opportunity, and I'm mostly excited whenever it comes to trekking. But then we are happy to share that this trek which we are planning to do is being given exclusively to us by the Indian Army, because that's an unexplored kind of an area. Very beautiful. We all know how Kashmir Valley is, and generally we associate Kashmir Valley with few treks like Great Lakes and one or two more. But then this is very exciting because it's damn new, and this is the first time they are planning a big scale festival there called Jashn-e Gurez. If you search on the internet or Instagram, you'll be able to find it. And we feel very honored that we've been asked to conduct expeditions, and we're gathering a team all over India to take it over there. It's a very beginner kind of a trek because we want more people there exploring such places. And apart from that, we want the locals there to benefit from it. We'll have a local team from there. We want to train them. We'll be conducting workshops for them for how to conduct treks, how to do expeditions and all, so that these people also become part of it. And subsequently, as we discussed today with the higher headquarters in Srinagar, we'll be interacting with them and coming up with plans in many other locations in and around Kashmir for boosting tourism and playing our part in bringing life to normalcy in Kashmir. So that was about Kun expedition, which we had to about the Gurez festival, which we are doing from 8th of August. Now coming on to Kun, it's good to see so many people joining because Kun is an expedition which is, as we say, not for everyone, and there's a reason for it. Because step by step you build up to any expedition. Like a lot of people who are beginners, they come up to us saying that they want to do Everest, they want to do big mountains. So anybody who plans to do big mountains in times to come has to pass through a 7,000 meter, right? But so tell anyone who wants to come to you for first time saying that, sir, I want to do expedition to Everest or 8,000 meters. So what should be a natural progression in your scheme of things?
Yeah, first I'll tell them about my story. What happened with my expedition? I'll start with them. With that, okay.
Yeah, please do that. Let people also hear your story.
Yeah, actually, I mean, even like I'll get a laugh like when I start my expedition to Everest because like I don't have that knowledge like I mean going and climbing other 5,000 meters or 6,000 meters. Directly I went to Everest. That's it. No other plans. Nothing. Had my course done. Okay, chalo. I mean, target is Everest because at that time like there is no no one to guide you. Okay, that's what I mean. I'm not into mountaineering circles at all. So that is what happened. Like I just directly went to Everest after after doing the course. I struggled a lot. Then I thought like this is not the thing. Like at least I had to guide properly to others. Even we started. With Rome. This one for every summit, like doing this push-ups and all. This ritual we got this because like it's not about climbing the mountain. See, on reaching the top you have to be in a fit, you have to be fit, otherwise it's what I think is like it's not going going into a lot of struggle, reaching the top without no energy. I don't like it personally. So for my first Everest lesson, that's why I'll tell like for every person, go on like come slowly, climb 5,000 meters, then 6 at least if not 7, at least go for 6,500. There are many peaks in Indian Himalayas which are very very tougher, though they are 6,500. So come gradually. So after that like you can come to 8,000 meters. So at that time if you come to 8,000 meters you have a lot of time to enjoy that climb. Otherwise like you struggle a lot. Okay, you'll reach to the top and all. It's not about reaching the top again. You have to come back, whatever it is, like see, reaching the top you have to be very fit. Okay, at least you need to enjoy that climbing, all these things. So that's what, like, go gradually.
Wonderful. So drawing parallel to this, in running also we see a lot of runners, they want to just do 5K, 10K, 21K, 42K, and they are in a bad state by the time they finish a marathon. So that's not the aim. Aim is that you should enjoy the process. It should not be that you've done a tick mark and you've struggled, heli evacuation, and you've done everything. So that's not the point in life. So, and since Bharat again touched on that thing, so I'll tell that's where we started, or Bharat started, that once you reach the top you should have enough energy to do push-ups or feel good, so that you have a strong return to the base camp as well. So it's not a one-way journey, it's a return journey, as we say it. So first and foremost, as per our principles, is safety. That goes without saying. Being from the background we are, first and foremost in any expedition we ensure safety is there, and second is that summit, because that's what we have come here for. And if we have not been able to reach the summit, then there has to be something very solid. There has to be some reason which is beyond our control, which says that whatever I could do, I've done my bit, and then it didn't happen, then it's a different story. Right. So next we come on to Bharat, what is the plan going to be? Once you reach Leh on 30th of July, what's next? Acclimatization, such things, if you can throw some light.
Yes, sir. Actually, actually our plan is to complete this expedition in 21 days. Okay.
Right.
And we are reaching Leh on 30th. Okay, 30th we reach on Leh, 30th, and also the next day, first 2 days we'll stay in Leh. So
Right.
after, I mean, our first 2 days, the third day we'll start to Kargil. Okay, Kargil
Correct.
will stay one more day. I mean, after that Kargil, the next day we'll go to Shafat. So there we'll stay a day. After that we'll reach base camp. And after, this time we have a strong, Sherpa row fixing team. Okay.
Right.
So, and the strong team, this team was, led by the, Rigzon. So we'll have a strong team. So, after reaching base camp, at least from Leh, the starting day to at least in this 6 days, 6th day or 7th day, we'll be reaching the base camp. So we'll set up proper setup. So after that, rope fixing team will be busy in fixing the ropes. So we'll have
Right.
till camp 1, camp 1 will set. Based on the climatic situations and weather and all, we'll check weather reports. We'll take weather reports and all. We'll reach camp 1. We'll set up everything. And while reaching camp 1, we'll touch camp 2 also. We'll touch camp 2 and we'll come back to base camp. At least we are planning for 2 rotations. In the first rotation, we'll go to camp 1, and at least in the second rotation, we'll touch camp 2. So after coming back,
Right.
we'll look out for the weather window, and by the time, the rope fixing team will be, they'll be fixing the rope. So we'll shoot it to the summit after proper,
Great.
weather window. That's the plan actually. So, and one more thing here, I just want to share one more thing. Though we are doing 21 days expedition, sometimes many people go there based on the itinerary. Okay, if weather is not good, so they'll come back. So we are not planning in that way. So we'll be well prepared for at least 4-5 days more. So on these mountains,
Right.
mainly above 7,000 meters, we can't go with the itinerary. Okay,
Exactly.
that's what, because after spending a lot of things, not only money, many other things, time, a lot of people, a lot of manpower, everything. So we just don't want to miss that in another 3 or 4 days. So though it may go to 23, 24 days, we are ready for everything. We'll stay there. We just want to push to the summit, take time, and that's what the plan actually. And Romil sir,
Right.
you have see, even though I'm going to the mountain, I think your team has done in 2018, right?
18.
Yeah. So this is our plan. And now you discuss, on ground you are there, you reach the summit,
Right.
okay, with army team and all. So you are the leader. So you tell me
Right. Right.
what is the reality? I told what is virtual, this is what
Sure,
we
sure.
thought. Yeah.
No, no. Whatever you have said, I'm sure all those who are listening and seeing have seen it in your eyes that, come what may, we'll have buffer days, we'll have buffer days, and we'll make sure, we reach the summit until unless, things are beyond our control, which everybody understands, especially for a 7,000 meter.
Yep.
Otherwise, from our side, we will not leave any stone unturned to hoist BMC flag on. Right. So coming on, Bharat, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay. So coming on to my experience, so our thing was that we were in Leh. Just one sec. Akin to what we followed in our times. So from Leh, we go to Kargil via Lama Yuru and that moonscapes, beautiful route. And then we spend the night in Kargil. And next day we go to Roadhead, which is Shafatnala, and then we start, spend a day or two there, set up the things, administrative issues and all, rations and such stuff. And then you start your trek to the base camp to Camp 1. Now for Kun, I am just in love with that mountain because of two things. I think this is the best simulation one can have for Everest because between Camp 1 and Camp 2 of Kun, there's a steep ice wall.
Nice.
That ice wall replicates the kind of thing which we get on the Lhotse face. It's not obviously that steep, but then you get a similar kind of feel. There are a lot of people who give up, and believe you me, everybody gets tired. Everybody will feel the pain. because it keeps going on and on. And that's why we have included that, uh, training at base camp and camp 1 on jumaring and rope fixing, how to use the rope properly with jumar and with climbing boots, and those how to do rope up and those kind of stuff with crampons and climbing boots. So that's very important, because that is the bread and butter once you climb from camp 1, camp 2, and the summit camp. So that steep climb is one thing. If you do it, that gives you immense confidence. And I remember the first time I was doing it, we started in the evening, and after half an hour I realized it's going to be big pain, I may not be able to make it. But then, because it was getting so warm, I was in my down suit, inexperienced initially, and then I opened the side zippers and all, and then felt better. And once the body gets warmed up, you understand, automatically things fall in place. So that's very important, that a proper training schedule we follow at the base camp, and we do all these things, rope up, climbing boots, those kind of things. So that's important, and that will include in the itinerary which is there. And that's why we decided, that we'll go to Leh together, and then I'll come till the roadhead, and then we can lead from there, and then subsequently we can, I go towards that Gurez trek, and then you can take on from there. Other thing is, between camp 2 to camp 3, it's kind of flat area, not much to do. And with a good acclimatization schedule which we have, I think it'll surely help to make life easier once we go from camp 3 to the summit. And rope fixing team as such, we have made a strong team, so it should be good. And so I think there's no reason why we shouldn't be having a good summit success for the summit. Rest of the things, I think food and all, we have our team, like a good team under our leader over there, the guide Rexin and all, and we met last week, so things are in place, and I think we should be able to do a good job. At this point, I would like to say to all the viewers who are listening that in case you have any questions, feel free to ask, because if you ask, then we'll be able to address the kind of issues or in the kind of questions you have. Apart from that, why I say that it is important to do a 7,000 meter and especially Kun for Everest or something like that is because once you do Kun, which is 7,077 meters, on Everest also after 7,000 meter, everybody uses an oxygen cylinder. So the difficulty level is no less than that. Don't take it lightly. A lot of people, they call me up saying that, that photograph looks good, that picture of Kun summit looks good, so they want to do. Believe you me, we will not be able to take you if you are not experienced enough. And in our team, whatever we have screening we have done, we have made sure that our teammates are the best who are accompanying you. So it's important to have good team, good guides, good food, good facilities, good trekking equipment, good tents. So we are ensuring from our side whatever best we can provide, we'll do that. So there's a question from Kiran Nath 1311. Does following the rope fixing team suppress the exploration part of mountaineering? Kiran, so it's a great question. That is a debate between alpine style and the proper way of the other way of commercial climbing. Bharath, what is your take? Then I'll share my views.
Actually, it's again like, see, there are two types of people come to the mountains. Okay. One is so there. Okay, see, yeah, there are two types of people. Completely one part is completely into alpine style. Okay, they don't like ropes. Okay, they just live with the mountain. Okay, even we go to mountains personally doing such peaks I've been alpine style till 6,000 meter. Okay, that's what I'm trained for that. Okay, done. Okay, when coming to 7,000 meters, see, I mean, I just want to focus on this expedition. Okay, right now the people coming we have got eight people climbing this peak. Okay, we just go with the team style. Okay, I mean, apart from for this, team, who just want, who are coming who are aiming for, next 8,000, they just want to come. I mean, because most of the alpine style won't be successful. That's what, These people, I mean,
Right.
coming for the 7,000 meter, they just want to climb. They just want to they just want to check like about how they are reacting at 7,000 meters, and they are focusing for the 8,000 meters. Okay, that is what this
Absolutely.
expedition. Apart from this, okay, even personally, I love alpine. Okay, so but my knowledge and everything till 6,000 meter. I just want to tell that, like, I mean, I'm not like, even me, I'm an alpine climber till 7,000 meters. Maybe I may develop in future, but not now.
Absolutely. So, this is an expedition which is a team effort. There are different people with different capabilities. If there's someone who feels that, they are capable enough of doing an alpine style of thing, we'll go through your details. And if we are convinced that you are there, we may give you an opportunity to, go with the rope fixing team, learn something from there. But then if you think you'll be going separately, then I think this is not the expedition for you. You'll need to go somewhere else and try something else, because frankly speaking, this is a team effort and we cannot want a individual aspirations. And coming on to the basic question which you asked, that, rope fixing, uh, you know, makes it a different experience for people who want to go alpine style. Yes, definitely both are two different things altogether. There's one wherein you're on your own carrying everything, all your stuff together, and there's another stuff wherein you go as part of a team and you're dependent and expecting the team to, pitch up tents for you, prepare food for you, and a lot of other stuff. So it's just that what we are doing is kind of first step. What you want is kind of another level altogether. So that's a different thing. So there's a second question which Gaurav wants to know, that what is the difference between trek and an expedition? Bharat, over to you. What is your definition of a trek, or what is expedition?
Yeah, see, trek and all, like, I mean, we'll make it simplify it. Okay, yeah. See, trek and all, like, we go without without any technical things, like, just go. I mean, we'll have, I mean, a proper path is fixed. I mean, okay, even we do a lot of treks, like, proper trial, okay, without any technical thing, like, which are like, below 5,000 meters kind of thing. Okay, all those things. When expedition comes, like, there are a lot of things involved. Okay, what I mean, you can say, like, there is a lot of ground team, like, working, to set up camps, like, rope. Okay, we use a lot of technical equipments, like, whatever, Zumar, like carabiner, like whatever it is, like a lot of things are there, like mountaineering. Okay, so that is
Right.
what my take, like, just a simple definition. Just want to say
Sure,
this is
sure.
what trek.
So trek, as Bharat said, there's a good path which is laid, maybe a trail which is already marked. You follow that, and that's what a journey a trek is. And again, that's a very interesting question, because a lot of people, they tell me that they have done during some trek and base camp or something, they have done a 5,500 meter. So it's much more than other things. To which I would counter that it's not just the height, it's the experience. Like we did 5,500 on Kalapathar, wherein we were there at Gorakshep. Body is well acclimatized. You're not rushing against time. You have adequate time to acclimatize. In an expedition like Friendship Peak, you do the same thing in much shorter duration. Less number of days. Then you wear crampons, you wear bigger climbing boots, and you have a different experience. So it's not that if you have done a 5,500 or a 6,000 meter trek, then an expedition which is in half the number of days, you'll be able to do it. So that's a different experience. That's why we say for something like Kun, you should have done a good 6,000 meter peak, at least a 5,500 meter. And if you've done multiple, then you are more experienced. And ideally, if you are a basic mountaineering course qualified, that adds on to your points to make sure that you reach to the team. Because there are a lot of people who want to do Kun, but then, as we said, we go strictly by the screening and on merit. So only if you are able to meet our criteria and the expeditions which we are looking for, then definitely you are in the team, right? So Dhananjay wants to know, what are the heights of base camp, camp 1, camp 2, and summit camp? So base camp, the point where we start is close to 4,000 meters. After that, base camp would be close to 4,500, and summit camp is at 6,000 meters. So Dhananjay, if you want to go for summit, it's akin to what we did for maybe Friendship Peak, and close to Friendship Peak and Everest. It's close to 1,000 meter climb which we reserve for the final day. And there are multiple reasons, as we discussed during our expedition, right? So Bharat, what is your take? Why should we have a long gap, 1,000 meters something? Generally, we find that Everest or other
Yeah.
peaks also we have summit camp at this. Why is it so?
So see, I mean, yeah, even see, even not. I mean, recently I think like you did Friendship Week, right? I just compare a few things like Suresh was there on Friendship Week. Okay, and
Correct.
that guy was telling. I know what I mean. I know whatever struggle I made on Everest, the same thing. I faced on that night of Friendship Week. Okay, the same. It took the same time. Okay, I mean, I mean, I think like you reach you what I mean. How much time it took for you? Like 10 hours? Huh? I mean,
But
from
it took, yeah, 9 to 10 hours at least.
9 to 10 hours.
About
Okay,
that time. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we both were like we both climbed like 3 8,000 days the same time we took all like 8 or 9 hours like okay, he was
Correct.
telling, I mean, what is the difference though it is like 5,000 meters, the same struggle like what I felt there like that, the same struggle, that is what I felt here. Okay, so
Correct.
yeah, see, when coming to 1,000 meters and all, like I mean, there are mountains like which are like 800 meters, and there are, I mean, when you take Elbrus, like which is 1,800 base camp, that's huge again, and there are peaks.
Very
Even
true.
Aconcagua is like again 1,200 meters. Okay,
Summit push.
summit push. Okay, so when coming to the I mean, see, uh, generally what when for the final mainly for the final camp, according to me, like we have to set up, I mean, most of the, I mean, see, setting up a final camp, we have to see lot many things over there. Okay, a
Yes.
proper, when we climb the mountain to mainly to the, I mean, higher peaks, like on the while going to the top, the mountain goes like I mean, very steep like this. If you take Everest South
Correct.
Col also, after the South Col, again the mountain goes like this. Okay, so we take lot of things into, I mean, there are lot many factors which are involved. Wait, we have to set up the final camp. Okay, it may be like if final camp is properly set up, okay, I mean, there you have to get a proper rest kind of thing. It should not be in a ridge or something like that. Again, like you have to check the wind,
Yeah.
if you're if there is no, if, for example, if you are set up in a camp on Everest, I mean, in a South Col mountain, which I mean, which stops the wind. Okay, there is a proper background to it. So we have
Right.
to check. There are a lot of things. Even small mountains, we have to check the water source and all these things. Okay, so there are many
Absolutely.
many many things involved. So based on that, you know will make this summit camp. So for most of the mountains, like it will be like 800 meters. I think so. It's not about like though it is 1,400 meters or 1,500 meters, the summit camp should be a proper, then we can
Yeah.
focus on summit. That's my take. No, it's not about
Absolutely.
how many meters
Yeah.
and all.
To add to that, Dhananjay, as we were discussing and we tell to all our climbers is that, in mountains, altitude matters once you start sleeping at those altitudes. So that's why what we do acclimatization is that you train at a higher altitude and you sleep at a low altitude. So on Everest or for that matter any mountain, once you're sleeping at a lower altitude and doing a long summit push, it should not be that you get too exhausted only climbing and not able to come back. So 1,000 meters is generally a distance we keep so that you sleep at a lower altitude again. You go to a higher altitude and come back and sleep at a lower or much lower altitude. So that is one of the reasons. And as Bharat said, that there could be innumerable such reasons that you keep climbing up and all. Regarding distance wise, again, as we were saying that for every 100 meter we have 1 hour slotted. That if you have to climb 100 meter, you keep aside 1 hour. So that's why we say that it's a 10-hour climb, which means it's close to 1,000 meter, more or less close to that only. So that's the thing which we keep in mind. Sumeg Garg wants to know what level of physical fitness is expected from the expeditions. Yeah, Bharat. What kind of physical fitness would you require from a person who wants to join your team in friendship in
Kun.
Mt.Kun?
Yeah. So till now, like who all are registered for Kun? I mean, so like we are at, I mean, in this 8 members, like we are 5 members who have climbed 8,000 multiple times. Okay, that's what. So when coming to other people, okay, they, I mean, already two of them, they have done 6,000 meters. Okay, I mean, multiple 6,000 meters. I just want to say
Correct.
multiple 6,000 meters, not only one. And we have one person who have done like 5,500. So, and again, when we thought about this person who did 5,500 meters, well, not even 5,500, 5,300, something like that. Okay. I know, we had a call, like, even I searched about him. Okay. He was doing a lot of, he's a lot into fitness, cycling and all. Okay. Then,
Okay,
okay. He also done basic mountaineering course. And he also got alpha grade. So no problem. Like, okay.
great.
Though he has done like 5,300 meters, he's into fitness thing. Okay. He's proactive cyclist. So considering all these things, we allowed him.
Great. So,
Yeah.
that's what we say. It's a wholesome package. It's not that you have done one peak, which is 8,000 meter in 2010, and after 10 years you come and say that, I want to do this. So that doesn't happen. So as a whole, if you've been keeping fit, if you have got good experience and, you are into fitness, you have that mental uh, strength to keep pushing because, as we always say that your body is going to give up, at camp 1, maybe camp 2, and by camp 3, everybody body is going to give up. It's only the mental strength which will keep pushing you. And this is not just for Kun, this is for all the mountains. You go any mountain, after some time your body is going to say, that's enough. But then it's only your mind which will keep pushing you again and again. That's why we say that, mental strength is much more significant in climbs. So there's another question which says that from Nirpa Sherpa, is the trek difficulty same as that Stoke Angri? Bharat?
No, sir. Stock Hungry, again, coming to Stock Hungry, I've done Stock Hungry winter expedition. Okay. Stock Hungry, again, it's okay. Though it's a trek. No rope involved, like, even slanting and all, like, it's okay, fine. We do long walks, sir. Okay. So it's a kind of, though it is like 6,000 some change meters, though it has got like very good height. Okay, people can, who climb Stock Hungry, okay, acclimatization, well, regarding acclimatization, okay, they are good. But when coming to, technical climbing and all, we can't compare both. Both are completely different. Okay, stock is completely different. Where we don't use any technical, there is no technical aspect at all. Okay, when coming to
Correct.
Kun, again, like, roping up, like, as you said, you were there on Kun. Okay, many slant positions, like, climbing up with Zumar or like Kaisaks. All this, many things are involved. Yeah.
Correct. So, I would like to answer that, Stoke for me was a harrowing experience. I had a very tough time. But after that, I learned a lot. I did Kun. And in spite of that, in spite of whatever experience I had on Stoke, I would say on a scale of 0 to 10, if I put Kun as 10, I would say Stoke would be, not more than 5 to 6. And the reason is, as Bharat said, not just the altitude, the kind of skills which are required that, use of Jumar, use of safety anchor, keep changing the anchor time and again. And the sheer drop which is there around, it's overwhelming. So it's a knife ridge and it's a different experience altogether. So if somebody thinks that he's done Stoke and will be able to do it, then you may be up for a big surprise. So be prepared to slog yourself well because there's a lot of difference between Stoke and this. Next, there are a lot of questions. So there's someone who wants to know, Bharat, have you done Everest?
Me?
Yeah, there's someone who wants to know.
Okay. Yeah, we both we both have done.
No, we both have done,
So
but
I
you have
generally
not done with me.
no. See, actually, I know why I'm getting laugh. Like, I'll remember my Everest thing. Okay, so how I climbed Everest. So that is the reason I'm getting laugh. Nothing. I struggled a lot.
Yeah.
I told you. Yeah, that's what.
So Vaibhav wanted to know, have you climbed Everest? Yes, Vaibhav. So Bharat and me, both of us have done the Everest. And Bharat has done 17, I think, no? 2017.
17.
Yeah, right. And I've done in 2019. Bharat had gone in 2015 also, but then there was this earthquake because of which no expeditions happened that year. Right. So this is about Bharat and me. Dhananjay wants to say that Suresh got bored on Friendship Peak. I fully agree to that. He was after me. He said, where have you got me? Sir, I have done basic mountaineering course, says Akash. But after course, I didn't get much exposure to climbing and mountaineering. So Akash, if you didn't get much exposure, then you should get exposure. Start doing because you've done such a wonderful course from such a reputed institute of India. There are a handful of them, and all of them are good. We're not saying any biases because we find all of them are good. Though we have soft corner for NIM because we are, we have a MOU with them, and since this we have touched, so let me share that from now on we plan to have all our expeditions listed on an IM website as well. So the proposal we have sent, because we have already a MOU signed with them, and we should be having all our expeditions listed on the website. So Akash, I would say that if you have done so much of effort doing the course, might as well, start exploring and doing it. Dhananjay says, thank you. You're most welcome. Will you be doing any rotations on Kun, Bharath?
Yes, sir. So we'll be doing 2 rotations. One rotation to Camp 1. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, and the second rotation will be touching Camp 2. Okay,
Great. So Dhananjay,
yeah, even
sorry.
even when touching the Camp 2, like we just want to go further, not till Camp 3, but at least further. I mean, it's
Great.
not.
So,
I mean, from Camp 2 to Camp 3, it's not compulsory. Okay, it's people who all are like fit, kind of like they can go at least try a little bit more. But
great.
till Camp 2, we do. Yeah.
So Dhananjay, if we didn't leave you on Friendship Peak on rotations, that was kind of baby compared to Kun. I'm sure you understand the magnitude. So if importance is there at Friendship Peak, then definitely rotations have importance on Kun as well. And again, a very good point that it's not mandatory for everyone to do rotations if there's some issue. Like I remember, one of our team members had severe cough during the Everest summit line, during the Everest summit rotation. So we asked the individual to take rest, and he missed one of the rotations. But then it helped in the bargain because he could rest, recover, take medicine, and was prepared for the final summit. And he finally made it to the summit. So as a team leader, Bharat is going to decide that, how is everybody behaving, and then decide individually that, this should be your rotation plan and such stuff. So that we have in place. Gaurav wants to know any suggestions for the first expedition one can undertake as a beginner. Bharat, what will you suggest him? Gaurav was there with us from
So
Patalsu.
okay, come again. I mean, there was a lag.
What should be the first expedition for an individual as a beginner?
So again, it will be like differ from person to person. First, as a beginner, expedition at least 4,500 or 5,000 meter. There are like a lot of 5,000 meters peaks in India, which can be done like even budget wise and all. There are a lot of peaks. Okay, yeah,
Great.
yeah.
So Gaurav, since you've already been with us for Patalsu, and you've been generally in that area, and you've been following us on things, so Friendship Peak we would recommend for you because you have the fitness, you have all the things, and though people say that it's not for first timers and all, we feel that if you have a proper guidance, if you have someone who can guide you well and take care of you, because in our present Friendship Peak expedition also we had 2 members who were totally new, not even on any tricks. And I'm sure they are here. I just saw them. One was Rajini, other was Amul. We covered Amul in the last episode as well. So, if you have the willpower, if you have the mental strength, that we are going to see, that if we find that in you, we're going to take you. And once we take you, then even if you're not happy, we'll make sure you go to the summit. We push you really hard, and I'm sure you're going to love it once you finish it. So Nirpa Sherpa wants to know, I did stroke in 2019. After that, I suffered from pneumonia, and till now, I have not done any summit. Is it good to attempt BMC 18,000 summit now after pneumonia? Bharat, can you share your views?
Yes, no, yes, sir. Like see, doing BMC, for 30 days, this kind of course. Okay, maybe like he has done stock hungry. It will be like spending on mountain is very less. I mean, maybe 5 days kind of thing.
Seven.
Seven.
Maximum.
Yeah. On the mountain, it's very less. On the mountain,
Yeah,
like,
4 or
maybe
5 days.
4 or 5 days. Like that's it. Okay. So
Agree.
I mean, yeah, he can go to BMC. Like even though I mean he's having that pneumonia. Like we can't take that. Like I mean, what level of a pneumonia? Like okay, because there are many people like who can overcross this because of their mental strength. Okay. So doing BMC for 30 days, okay, at least he can understand. Like if he can survive the 30 days well, okay, he can plan gradually. Like he can increase. But
Absolutely.
I mean, but personally, we can't. We don't know. Like I mean, what is the range of his pneumonia? I mean, how it affected him and all. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you had pneumonia after stroke, I don't think that's big. That
big of a problem, because 2019 you're saying it's already 2 years. So if you've recovered well, if the doctor clears you, for all our expeditions, we make sure that there's a doctor who says that, you are okay for, a 7,000 or a 6,000. Once the doctor clears you, then, we don't have any hassles. And as Bharat said, it's highly recommended that if you can manage those many amount of days, 28 days for the expedition, must those many days for your courses, must do. BMC is an excellent course. We would strongly recommend that. Any person has weather allergy, is it possible to do expedition? Bharat?
Sir, again, like, see, I see a lot of people, like, who has got all this allergy kind of thing, like, see, we can't, I would say it's not a single word, like, to decide whether allergy, like, it's again a big subject, till what level,
Correct.
For example, I'll tell you, see, for example, we are going to Everest summit. Okay. We are, I mean, for example, there is a person, okay, who is like, just close to the summit. I mean, close to the summit, like in the next, 45 minutes or 1 hour, he can make a summit. Okay. In that situation, okay, I mean, as a team leader or Sherpa, okay, though that person, even this, okay, whatever allergy is, like, even there are many people who came from that height. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. And there are many people who cross that level also. Okay.
Absolutely.
So there are two types of people. Okay. It's all about, again, mental strength. And at the same time, okay, they has to know, like, what kind of, they can overcome it or not. It's
Right.
not a it's not a simple,
That's
word
simple.
to
Yes,
explain
no.
that. Even I'm like, it's not that.
Yeah.
Okay. There are a lot of
I
factors
also
involved in it.
Yeah, personally, I also feel, weather allergy, what exactly is, what is the cause? And I think, on that thing also, since you've done Stoke, this person has done. So build it up slowly, take the next step, see how your body is behaving, because some people have high altitude issues at certain level. Then what they do is that they'll push it a bit further, no, go incrementally, and I think, it should be okay. It should not be a problem. And there's a lot of doctors and such people available who can help out. Gaurav says, thank you. What is the learning we get when we climb Mount No nahi saying, but we'll say Kun. Yeah, for that matter, any 7,000 meter. Kiran Nath wants to know what is the learning.
So again, technicality. Okay, there are, like, we speak about, I mean, we discussed about this stock. What is, I mean, we compared stock and Kun difference. Okay, stock is like, it's a
Right.
long walks where we don't, we're not involved into technical climbing. Okay, when compared to, when coming to Kun or Nun or Kun, whatever it is. Okay, again, there are a lot of things we learn there. Okay, and one more thing, people knows all this only will come to Kun. That's fine. Okay, or otherwise, like, even people who are aiming for 8,000 mainly, okay, they can understand their body. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. See, here on 7,000 meters, we are not using any oxygen. Okay, so
Right.
whatever, yeah, when if we are, capable of doing 7,000 meter, if we enter 7,000 meter, okay, and this helps a lot. It gives a lot of confidence for 8,000 meters, because after 7,000 meters, most of the 8,000 meters, after 6,800 meters, will be using oxygen cylinders. Okay, that
Absolutely.
helps. Yeah, that helps a lot. Okay, so this is, I mean, before going to attempt any 8,000 meter, and because like 8,000 meter again involves lot of things, like a time and a lot of budget, all these things. So before going to do that, at least they can learn a lot on these mountains. I mean, how their body is reacting, all these things. Okay, if they fail, okay, they can come back, and they can learn a lot of. I mean, they can come back again. They can try before going to 8,000 meters. Yeah.
Very true. So, anybody who plans to do 8,000 with us, must have done a 7,000, because then, apart from learning, there are a lot of things which you do, you get so much of confidence. If you're doing the 7,000, you should have done a 6,000, then it gives you confidence. If you're doing the 8,000, and if you're directly jumping from 5,000 and 6,000, obviously your confidence level is going to be much less. So, one is tremendous amount of experience because of being in mountains, doing such stuff for 20, 21 days. That is one. Second is, apart from experience, technical learning, you understand your body better, and apart from that, for us, it's plain happiness. That happiness of being on top, being on the summit, training, pushing yourself, feeling pathetic, those are the things which give you actual happiness. I mean, if you are someone like us who are listening to this and not watching Netflix, I think you can understand and relate it to all these things. Gaurav Chaudhary is bothered about wild animals encountered at 6,000 meter plus. Any? Nothing at all.
No, 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 no.
Only wild animal are human beings like us.
Yeah,
You won't
we are,
find many.
we
So,
we are more wild than them. Like,
yeah, yeah. You know, uh, Frankly speaking, as Boots and Crampons, we want to promote big mountains. That's for sure because of Bharat and me both have done Everest and we love mountains. It's just that we don't get people who want to do big mountains. That's why we focus on treks and all because and then we need to funnel people and motivate them to pick up bigger mountains in times to come. So that's the reason we want to pick up such things. And I think it's a beautiful thing. Give it a try. I'm sure it's going to be worth it. Nirpa Sherpa, thank you very much, sir, for information and guidance. Wish you luck, expedition. Gaurav, yes. So that's all we had for questions. We'll share our agenda now. This we have covered. Yeah, one more thing, which is a great information which we thought we must be sharing with all our individual trekkers and, our fans is that Boots and Crampons has signed up with Columbia Sports, and Columbia Sports and Boots and Crampons are going to work together now in the sense that all our climbers and trekkers, once they sign up with us, we're going to share them code subsequently, and they'll be getting those discounts at the Columbia stores, be it online or on stores. So we were working on that for quite some time because we believe that there's a lot of potential for adventure and mountaineering in India, and if we collaborate, that's what way forward is there for us. I think it's going to make a lot of sense. And to all the people who are listening to this, either now or on YouTube, we are open for collaborations. Whatever you are, wherever you are in anything which has to do with mountaineering, we are happy to do that because we want this space to grow. We want people to learn and people to enjoy what we are doing and what we have benefited. Other people should also do that. What do you say, Bharat?
sure.
So Gaurav, like last question, what keeps you guys keep climbing the same peaks again and again? Yeah, Bharat, why do you
So,
want to do
yeah.
same peak again and again?
So see, I'll tell you one thing. If it is the same person, like if I'm climbing, for example, there's a peak. Okay, okay, I'll take this Kilimanjaro. Okay, personally, I've done 4 times. Okay, if I'm climbing as a single person, if I climb 4 times, it is a damn boring. Okay, okay, that is one thing. But every time I'll be climbing with some other team. Okay, every time the team count
Correct.
will be like 6, 7, or 10. Okay, see, I'll tell you. From starting from the gates of starting after landing there, like till going back, we'll be busy with the climbers. Okay, we'll be taking care of them, like this, that, like there are a lot of things involved, and we don't know like when we came up, when we went up, and when we came down. Okay,
Correct.
so when we are with the team, that's fine. Like a lot of new friends, like their experiences, all these things, like it's a. Generally, I love it personally.
So Gaurav, I'll tell you one thing. Even if you're climbing the same mountain again and again, even if I do a mountain, thousands of times, it is much better than going to office once. That's for sure.
Sure.
Going to an office, signing on files. You tell me I'll climb Everest also, but then this thing is one thing which I hate, and that's why I can do same thing again and again in number of times. Plus, if you are in Delhi in 40 degrees, I'm sure you would understand why we climb mountains. So even if it is like a small peak like Patalsu, it's much better than spending time in such hot furnace. And it's not the same mountain you climb again and again. Thing is, every day you climb, it's a different experience. Like we did Patalsu batch back to back. I'll tell from this perspective because Gaurav was there for Patalsu. The first batch we did with Gaurav, everything was fine, and then there was havoc, heavy snowfall. So if there's snowfall, everything changes, every dynamics change. Next batch we got, it was a different experience altogether. Half snow, half dry. This time we are expecting a lot of rains. That's what we have told for the people who are joining us tomorrow. So next 3 days, good amount of rain. Again, different experience. So these different experiences, same mountains, make it all different. And then, as Bharat said, different set of people. Every individual who is joining us bring so much of experience. There's so much to learn. The kind of work they're doing, the kind of training they've had, the kind of experiences they have. So, meeting new people, learning from them, it's a new experience and, a lot of fun. Travel frame, hello, Ram Ram, Saab ji, Shanid Singh Mankotia, Gaurav, yes, Jale par namak mat dalo, sir. Gaurav, you asked me, I answered you, if you want me to give you any different reason, I can, but then this is frank opinion that, office and this office, I'm sure you understand. Anu ma'am wants to say, sir, same with EBC. Yeah, Anu ma'am, I agree that, EBC also we did 2 batches back to back, different experience, different people, lots to learn. And, the locals there, the simplicity of those people, the terrain, the animals, everything was different. So even though you're doing same thing, different experience altogether. Right. So anyone has any more questions on, Kun, please ask right now because we have less time and we'll be closing pretty soon. So that would be nice. In case you plan to climb now or subsequently, we are open to address all your questions. Kiran Nath, after completing the BMC, which expedition would you suggest to go with BMC? Yeah, Bharat.
So,
BMC.
in India. So we right now, okay, I think like in BMC, I mean, we are doing Friendship Peak. Okay, we are back to back. Every month will be. Every at least 1.5, like 2 months, will be having. We'll be doing at least a lot of 5,000, 6,000 meters. Okay, after BMC, at least they can try till 6,000 meters. Okay, I think like in BMC we climbed 5,000 meters peak. Okay, so after
Right.
BMC, yeah, they can climb. See, there are not many peaks in Ladakh region, Kashmir. So even we are doing okay. When coming to BNC, we are doing UT Kangri in August, September. So which is again 6,030 meters. Yeah, which is a very good peak. Yeah.
So yeah, I think if you have really had a good time in BMC, you have had a lot of learning, you have had developed good endurance. I think you should push yourself more. And freshly, if you are done, go for a 6,000 meters. For people like us, we love to push. We not just ourselves, we love to push the people who come with us. So as we said, many people would not like to go for a friendship peak as their first expedition. We push people to do that, and we make sure they do it. So it's important that you understand where you are. If BMC have not been able to do well, if you've not enjoyed, then it's okay to do a smaller peak. But then if you have had good endurance, good development of your ice craft, snow craft, go for a 6,000 meters. But then, mind you, it's not going to be easy. In India, yeah, Bharat, again, Bharat mentioned that in India we are doing UT Kangri, so that's good. Best school for BMC. Varun is asking, Bharat, what is your recommendation?
No, sir. Like every school is same. Okay,
Okay.
I think like we have 7 institutions in India. I think 7, 8 institutions. Whether like when okay, there are 2 new institutions. Otherwise, like NIM, like which is Nehru Institute of Mountaineering in Uttarkashi, which is old one. Okay, which has got a lot of experienced trainers and all. Even HMI, I did in HMI in 2015. Yeah. So
Right.
every institute, like we can't compare like which is good, which is bad, like all this. But
Exactly. So
experience wise, like NIM, yeah.
yeah, even I yesterday I was speaking to principal and I'm Amit Bisser. So I was listening for about an hour about his experiences for Everest and the instructors he had gone. He was mentioning about that. So it's a great opportunity if you get to NIM, but then the problem is NIM, there's a lot of waiting list. And that also speaks about the popularity of that institute that, if there's more waiting list, generally we would think that, it's a better institute. So that way, I think NIM is a good option. Otherwise, nothing against Nimas or any other institute. Sarfaraz is again a dear friend, so nothing against anyone. BMC and Stoke done. Which one would be challenging enough and doable? Stoic Wayfarer. Yeah, Bharat. BMC done, Stoke done.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I think from this, we got also other message, same, not yet confident about technical Kangyadze. Okay,
Kangyatsu
I think
one.
like I'll just make a single answer to this both. Okay, see, BMC and stock done. Okay, BMC you got like basic technical knowledge, and again stock done means like the body is acclimatized till 6,100 meters. That's fine. Okay, when coming to Kangyatse, again there are 2 peaks, Kangyatse 1 and 2. Okay, fine. So which is again 6,400 meters. Okay. So I personally, I did stock, but not Kangyatse. But we have arranged the expedition. Again, we have got, we successfully climbed in 2018. Yeah. So, when compared to, like, when comparison between stock and Kangyatse, okay, Kangyatse is rope is fixed, but not that technical. And I mean, when compared to Kun or Nuna, any 7,000 meters, and there are a lot many other technical climbs. Okay, but you can, I mean, don't worry, like, you can happily do Kangyatse. There won't be any problem at all.
No, I would say, go for Kun also. If you are
Yes,
fit enough,
yes,
young,
that's what. Even I thought.
why be scared?
Yeah,
Give it a push. What is the problem?
yeah.
And we have people to guide you. And if you think, so that's what we ask for. If somebody is done a 6,000 and a BMC, go ahead, do Kun here. What is the problem? And we are there to guide you. If you feel scared, that would happen generally if you're doing alone. If you're in alpine style, if you have people around, and as a team leader, Bharath said, that's what he's there for. What else is he going there for? He's not going for personal climbing. He's going for making sure that, the people who are not confident, they become confident by training there at the altitude. And that's the best way of training, I feel, personally. So I think you should give it a try. There's no harm. Push yourself. And we did same. After Stoke, our next was Kun. So I think with a good team, you should give it a try. With us or anyone, that's immaterial. But then you should be confident enough of doing it. Kirana, thank you for information. Bharath, most welcome, not just now. Anytime else also, anyone has any questions about anything to do with mountaineering, you can feel free to ping Bharath or me or any number which you have, any of our team members. We'll be happy. That's what we love to do most, speak about mountaineering, speak about various expeditions. And we want to encourage such people. Stoic Wafer, great to hear. Yeah, all the best. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're pushing yourself. If you go there, you reach the summit, you don't feel you're pushed enough, maza nahi aata. So keep doing that. Right. So I think Gaurav enjoyed a lot. Yeah. All the best to Gaurav. So I think this is more or less we had to cover regarding expedition for Kun. And thank you so much for all those people who joined. Bharath, anything parting comments you want to share?
Done, sir. Like, we covered a lot. I mean, yeah, everything we covered. I mean, yeah, regarding the Kun experiences and all. Done.
Great. So thank you so much, everyone who joined. I think it was worthwhile to miss your Netflix series and join us for the expedition. If not, doesn't matter. Next time we can skip once we're doing it. We really enjoyed sharing our experiences and sharing whatever we had to regarding the Kun. And as we said earlier, any questions anytime about mountaineering or expeditions, we'll be happy to answer them. Thanks, Dhananjay. Bye. Good night, guys. Jai Hind.
Thank you, everyone. Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.